Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Let's Play Prison Architect, presented by Overworked Gaming. I am Vatusia. Let's watch chaos happen. I just cut out about 30 minutes of me waiting for a riot to happen, because immediately after our last riot, they stopped rioting. It was sort of weird. But fortunately, as you can see here, our rioters are actually successful in a little bit of their rioting. There's only 34 people rioting currently. Here we go. Here's the call from our CEO. Your prison is out of control. Put down this riot now, or the government will step in and retake the prison by force. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. So, yeah. Here we go, 33. Come on, guys. Stop getting suppressed. Keep fighting. Fight the good fight. You've been starving for 5 days nearly. I think. No, it's been 3 days. Whatever, you've been starving. You shouldn't have to starve. Fight the man. And some other propaganda-related things to say that you should not be forced to be under suppression. Good news is, this riot has lasted significantly longer than all our other ones. What happened is I had 150 guards. I fired them. I fired, like, all of them. I have a bunch of armed guards here, which I could use to get the riot to stop, but I'm really hoping that we'll get them all wrangled up together, and we might take over more than just these two spaces, because, like, running around in circles being ready to fight right here is sort of silly, guys. I was hoping to get the death count higher, but, you know, I figure when you fire all your guards, it makes it a little bit harder to get that death count high enough anyway. But realistically, like, in the past few days, we've gotten up to 31 deaths, and I think we were at, like, 5 before, so, yeah. Look, there's a couple dead guys. Here we go. 63 prisoners are rioting. Excellent. This is now under control. This is under control. Shall we get our riot police in there? Shall we see what they can do? Come here, riot police. And go here. 71 prisoners are rioting. That's what I like to hear, gentlemen. Fight the good fight. Fight the good fight. You're hungry. You're starving. Good. They took over that area. That's good. Okay, we have a riot police in. They're whacking people. Go back to your cell, man. Go back to your cell. Failure! Uncontrolled riot. Okay. You have failed to control this riot. The government has revoked your prison contract and is now sending the National Guard to retake the prison. Alright, here comes the National Guards. Still, 56 out of 400 and something prisoners after days and days of not eating is very low. And the only way that I got it to get this high was by complete negligence. Like, I had to fire guards to make that happen. Oh, we're at 6 deaths. Like, I had to fire down to having, like, 30 guards in a 450-something prisoner location, which is honestly ridiculous. Here's the National Guard. They're shooting on command. Oh, gosh, they're shooting everyone. They're down to 22 guys. As you can see, when they surrender, they throw their hands up in the air and they're like, "Don't kill me! Life is still worth living." I was joking about the whole rioting thing. That was a funny joke. 24 deaths today. Oh, most of the shooting happened over here. Oh, jeez, that guy, Chris Meade, gotta surrender faster than that dude. So, I'm confused why this area is still considered under riot, though, because there's a bunch of guards in there and nothing's really happening. Oh, there we go. So, they ended up with 30 deaths total after they put down the riot. Okay, now the National Guard is leaving. They're just running out. Oh, that guy was running away. Is he running away or is he on bail? Well then. there you have it. It takes a lot to fail this game. I'm really hoping the gangs will add some more challenge to it because, like, the things that I had to do in order to have my prison get out of control were ridiculous. I mean, first of all, everyone had pretty free access to contraband because I didn't lock off this very well. On top of that, like, my guard would be like, oh, this is staff only, but come on in, guys, no big deal, not a problem. Um, which is also completely ridiculous. Like, then I had to starve them for days. I had to have them in complete lockdown. I had to hire a bunch of armed guards, but have them not actually do anything. They're just sitting over here doing nothing the entire time. It was far more work than I had expected to get your prison to fail. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what happens in Alpha 35, because I'm hopeful that it won't be as involved to get failure to happen. Because as is, it shouldn't be this easy. Like, the game feels very easy still. And I'd like it to not be that way. Like, okay, before I had some snitches die, I had some blood everywhere, like, but those things were minor. I wasn't even close to failing the game. Like, a couple murders here and there, they're expected in a prison, right? But, like, to have an all-out, out-of-control situation happen, you have to be awful. Which, I mean, is fairly accurate to real life, right? Like, you're not going to get people just dying for no real reason. Because even if they do outnumber the guards, even if everything else, like, they're aware of their situation. People are typically incredibly compliant, right? Like, even the hardest of criminals is going to be sort of compliant in comparison to everything else, right? Like, they're not going to want to put themselves in danger when they don't necessarily need to. That's just not in people's nature. So that I can get, but, like, given the length of a day in the game is equivalent to much longer than that, because your prisoners will have sentences of years, and within a few days they exit the prison, right? So that's the equivalent of starving them for almost years, right? And you don't have, and, like, if it's a smaller prison, okay, whatever. I can see it not having as much of an impact, like when you first start up and you haven't built your kitchen or whatever. But given that these are a lot of prisoners, like, this is not a small number. It's 480, and for whatever reason, it's still not out of control when you do ridiculously abusive things. And I think that's a bit surprising, actually. I'm not sure if it's realistic or unrealistic or anything like that. I just think it's surprising. Well, on that note, with the blood all over my beautiful prison, oh god, the janitor's gonna be busy. Thank you for watching, and I hope you look forward to the next series.